Hey y'all, I hope you're doing well. So I need your help. I need some prayer, and I'm sure that some of you can relate on a variety of different levels with a handful of things that I'm going to be sharing today with you. And I feel right now that my mind is racing with so many things, like the verses in Romans 7:15 that start out, I do not understand what I do, for what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate to do. And if I do what I want, and it all just seems like a big tongue twister whenever I read those verses. Well, that's how I feel like things in my life is right now, and just in my mind especially, and isn't that where Satan really likes to get into us? So a couple of things. I noticed that on Soaking Up the Sun, the website, I have not done a post since the end of December. Now, I have shared some things on social media as far as Instagram, and then and it goes automatically to the Soaking Up the Sun page on Facebook. But one of the things that I was struggling and battling with, and I think that I'm probably not alone in this situation, is social media and how I spend my time. So for the month of January, I've really tried to be intentional, which was my word last year, and hang on to the word because that's another conversation I'm going to bring up, but or maybe for another time, we'll see. But I wanted to be intentional, and because I would find myself, I live in Plant City and we have railroad tracks, so I'm in my car and I get stuck by a train. Okay, so what do? I pull up my phone and I'm mindlessly and I'm checking out my social media, or I'm at a red light, or there's a commercial that comes on TV or something where I'm having idle time, but I am choosing to spend that idle time instead of looking out and looking around and being observant of the things around me. I'm ingrained in what's going on in social media, and it's not very long, but I find myself doing that, and I didn't like spending time that way. So when I tried to go off, and January is really hard because our youngest son got engaged, woot woot, and he had a birthday, and my mom and dad had a birthday, and then I got two of my friends that are running for political office here in Hillsborough County, so there was a lot to share, so I would pop on and I would share things like that. But as far as mindlessly just going on, I have not been doing that so far this year, and I'm actually feeling really good about that. But then flip it around, I would feel bad about what am I posting? What are my intentions of my time on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media might be out there. And I told my daughter with my book that's coming up, I'm going to have her be my marketer if she'll do it, and do some of the other social things that I don't do because I don't have time for in my life, or I just don't want to make time in my life. But I've had people come up to me, and I was talking about an hour and a half with a good friend today, and she was so encouraging to me, and I'm so encouraged to have good friends in my life. And I was talking to her about the struggle that I was having with how I was so humbled by people that either don't normally go on social media and they don't normally comment and do things like that on stuff. And they're private people, but people randomly, male, female, different gamuts of life, they would stop me and tell me, Stephanie, I don't get on social much, but I really appreciate what you put out there. And I'm getting choked up about it. But for whatever the message is, or whatever it's typed, or whatever it's said on a video, and that always brought me back to what God would always say to me whenever I would question about writing the first book that I did. I would be like, why? You know, I felt like Moses. I've been reading through the Bible, and I love spending my time with God, and I'm taking all these notes and everything. But I felt like Moses, always asking why, or why me, or trying to stumble. I can't speak, God. I can't write. I was questioning my ability to write because I'm not an editor. You know what I put out there. I need to edit my post and all, but I just type it how I say it, and I probably should get better with that. I need an editor in my life. But But I was always making excuses, just like Moses, or I was always doubting myself, just like Thomas. There's so many characters in the Bible that we can relate to, and that's why God put them in there, because we can all relate to them. So read the word. So rambling on, 1, I'm trying to be intentional, not being on social media so much. But then I find myself saying, okay, God always told me just 1. He always whispered that to me from the very beginning. Stephanie, if you can reach just 1, because who knows who that 1 may be. And whenever people, like I mentioned, come up to me and tell me how they listen, or they're inspired or encouraged, and that's what I so want to do. I want to be an encourager for you. Whenever they tell me that, I'm always kind of like, wow, I had no idea. Because I don't know. A lot of people, they don't push the like button, or they don't push the comment. And that's totally fine. That's everybody's preference. But these are people that I just did not even know. So God again whispers to me, just 1. As long as you can reach just 1. And who knows where that 1 will go turn to. So I'm going to intentionally, my word for last year, get better at doing some posts, because I do have so many great insights that God speaks to me through about when I'm reading the Bible. And who knows, it may be just for me, but if I can encourage you on something that he shared with me while I'm reading and it spoke to me, maybe I'm encouraging you in that way. So pray that whether, and I don't know, do people like reading it better? Should I type more and stop saying, Stephanie, your ability as a writer is not, what it should be? Should I write it more? Or do you like the little videos that I do? That's where 1 way I need your input. 2, I need your input with just praying through things with me. And I'll be doing another post later about something I really need you to be praying about with my book that's coming out. So instead of cramming everything in this video, I'll just keep this one to the social media. I'll do my word of the year on another one, and I'll do the book and the prayer that I need for that for another one, because it is coming up and I'm so excited. So do you struggle? I guess this is the question. Do you struggle with social media and how you use it? Do you need to get off of it? Because I know when I do get on, I look at my notifications. I look at the first couple of things that pop up in my feed, and then I get off. I have been doing that. So, but what I do miss with social media, and I think for people my age and everything older, this is what we appreciate, is the relationships that I'm able to keep up with some of my friends or family or people that I don't see so much or communicate with. And it is good to see what's going on in their life, because for me, I know I use that as a prayer tool. So it's not necessarily all bad when I'm mindlessly going on that, but I do want to be more observant to the things around me, or the conversations that I may be in, or even keeping things private about some of the things that are going on in life that maybe I don't need to put out there so much. Are you struggling with things like this with me? I'll be praying for you as well if you do struggle with how often you should or shouldn't get on social media, because I do definitely want to use this as an encouraging tool. So let's pray together. Let's make sure that we are using tools like this for the good, and make sure that we are staying in the Word together. So I think I am going to go back, and I'm going to share some of the things that God has been sharing with me in little sections of the Bible as I read. And if you go on soakingupthesun.com, go onto the website, not necessarily just this, there's a thing where, oh gosh, what is that tab called? It's something about maybe reading in the Word or something. But that's the plan that I'm following. There's all kind of plans that you can choose on that website, but let me pull it up real quick, but I'm going through the one that I have done so many times where I read a little bit from the Old Testament, a little bit from the New Testament, a little bit from Psalms, a little bit from Proverbs. My scattered brain likes that instead of chronological, which would be great, instead of straight through the Bible, which I find heavy. So what it's called is 1 Year Bible. It's up at the top, and it takes you to that website, oneyearbibleonline.com, and it customizes whatever you want to, whatever plan that you want. And I started in January. And you know what? Here's the deal, guys. If you are reading through the Bible in a year, if you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. If you miss 2 days, don't say, forget it, I'm done, I can never keep up. Because God always gives you the time that you need. He may wake you up early, he may keep you up late. Instead of questioning, why are you getting me up at 3 o'clock, God? Or why are you waking me up at 4 o'clock, God? Like he so often does with me. Maybe that's your time to pray, and then maybe you'll fall back to sleep. But if you don't go back to sleep, get up and read your word. If you have to catch up on a couple of days, I did that the other day, and I was behind 2 days or 3 days actually, and I caught up, and it was just such a refreshing time for me in the Word with God, and it's precious. So he gives us 24 hours. You can give him even 30 minutes or an hour or 10 minutes or whatever it is. So I encourage you, be wise with your social media. I encourage you, get in the Word, and please pray for me on how to present the encouragement to you, written or video. I want your input. Please tell me. So thank you so much, and for listening to me rattling on for 12 minutes, and it's too late. So have a good day, and always soak up the sun, S-O-N, wherever you are.